Heyo, I think we're live.
Oh, wait.
I think we are. The smoke is settling.
How does this work?
It's my question every single time I try and stream.
Okay.
How does this work?
I'll mute this and that. Okay.
Alright. I think we're live. Let me just quickly
Yeah, we're
alrighty. Beautiful. It's like, but how do I look? I don't even know how to look at my my chat on my live video. Unless maybe I need to stream it, or I need to look at the stream. Oh yeah, here we go, live now. Alrighty. Yeah, I just need to make sure I mute it so I'm not freaking out. Got it. All right.
Yeah, that's what I did. I muted.
Beautiful. Go share it in my. And by my, I mean Addo's Discord.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll do the same.
And we'll start the old stream here. See what's going on. I think there's one person watching now, and that might be just me. But, you know.
Or me.
Or you. You know, it's like half counting either of us.
Yeah, I'll keep the chat up.
Yeah.
If people have questions.
Alrighty.
What's on the
agenda?
The agenda today?
The agenda today is going to be talking about mining.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to talk about just say you've gotten a GPU, and a lot of people right now have, I think a lot of people have sort of gotten a GPU by now. There's still a few desperate folk, but I think for the most part, a lot of people have what they want. And fruit of palm is here, aka coconuts.
Oh.
And I think the big thing is that a lot of people, I think, have overspent. You know, like some people, they were like, you know, I want a 3080, and they bought a 3090 because 3090s are sitting on shelves and 3080s are gone instantly. A lot of people want 3060 Ti's. A lot of people want 3060 Ti FEs, which are like, I don't know, they're like unicorn zits. You know, you can't find them. And so I think a lot of people now have sort of ended up with, say, a higher tier card than they originally intended. And some people too, they've ended up or they're looking at just getting a higher tier card as opposed to sitting and you know, waiting for their 3060 Ti FE or their 3070 FE, or you know, because right now, like, I'll local shops right now around me, there's 3070 Ti's on the shelves, there's 3080 Ti's on the shelves, there's a lot of 3090 Ti's just sitting in stock. I think EVGA B stock, there's like 3090 just sitting there, and I keep getting alerts for it, and it's super annoying. But
3080 Ti's, you mean, not 3090 Ti's?
No, there was no, not 3090 Ti's. I will stick by my original statement on 3090 Ti's, and don't buy them.
I got some prices for you tonight.
Oh yeah,
I do.
Nice. For
3090 Ti's from a supplier. I guess we can get into that later. Coconut. I'm drinking coffee because I work all day. I was literally like half sleeping on my chair at 9 p.m. earlier.
I've got some water that I'm drinking from here, and that's just because I was just over at the neighbors having dinner, and they were like feeding me beer and wine. But later on, if we decide to get a little goofy, I'm gonna be opening this guy here, which is facts, man, because that's all I say on this channel is facts. So I might crack that open right now. Why not? But
And I don't drink, so
that's all right.
I'll stick to coffee and
Co-
or water.
Coffee, water. Hey, whatever. There's no judgment here. So the big thing is that if you've bought a card now, or you're still looking for a card, um, rather than holding out and waiting for a 3060 Ti, like, to be honest, like if you're not willing to do sort of what I'm going to be talking about, which is sort of using mining as a means to sort of offset your cost, I think uh, Ethereum mining, which is the main mining for profitability now, after Ethereum mining kind of stops, which is supposed to happen in June sometime.
Yeah,
Uh,
right.
After that, it's you're not going to make much from mining. Just assume that you're not going to make anything from mining, I would say.
Well, you could go and mine like
Yeah, there's other coins, right?
there's other coins and
Right, and I'm gonna
I think
show. There's like I got right here like what to mine is like a nice site for just sort of seeing like what you can
Mhm.
mine with your card and how much money you can make with it.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just saying like,
Uh,
oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I think that there's I got Vision. Vision is on my server. He's one of my mods, and
Mm,
I think a year ago I was talking to him, and he was starting to gather his cards for his rig, and I know that we talk about it, and he was like, "Dude, I was so dumb to sell like all my old cards because he could be mining with them, like his 20 series or 5700 series, something like that."
mm,
It was like, "Oh, dude, I thought like GPU mining was dead, so I sold everything, and then um, so." I'm not sure, man. I'll make like a bold prediction. I'm
mm,
pretty good at that, throwing shit in the air and see if it sticks. I think that most of the people right now, everyone that's starting
facts.
early, like mining, they will like keep their cards and just switch the hash rate. If Ethereum's die, they will just switch the hash rate to another coin that will be easy to exchange for Ethereum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like okay, yes, I think there is that possibility, right? I think a lot of the FOMO miners, a lot of the miners that bought like scalped rigs, they're, there's no point, right?
Well, that's probably the people that will
Dump.
flood the market.
Yeah.
They didn't make their money. They didn't reimburse their card right
Mm,
now. Neither they will in June. So they will just resell and make like a small profit,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think so too. And like there's no, yeah, like some other coin might become quite profitable, you never know, right? But I would say as far as like making assumptions, I'm very much in the camp of like make safe assumptions and then if you're pleasantly surprised, awesome. If not, then you know, you expected it, right?
And um I'll go. Well, I don't know if you want to talk about like cards and and like future cards and shit, but I'll make another bold claim
Mhm.
that present cards like the 30 series and the 6000 series from AMD
Mhm.
will be so worthless compared to the new gen
Oh,
that um it won't bring like a lot of money.
you're sounding like
Um,
Moore's Law is dead right now.
well, I'm saying that
I'm just
the new I saw rumors and leaks today
yeah.
that the new 7700 will be twice as fast as the 6900 XT.
I saw that too. And although I am doubtful, there is a possibility that it is correct. But and you know what? I would actually be really happy if it is because that would be absolutely awesome. especially like
Um,
at that price point.
and I'll tell you why. Because AMD, um, do you ever have a sketchy backdoor GPU dealer on
Yeah,
the show?
he's not sketchy, man. Don't let the hoodie fool you. He's legit.
So I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Hmm.
Because AMD, they went with present CPU,
Hmm.
present GPU. They went the Nintendo way.
Okay.
You know what it is?
I don't know what you mean, but
You don't know what I mean?
no,
Okay.
not really.
So, do you remember the first Wii? The
Yeah.
Wii. Okay. So, do you remember the Wii U?
No.
The Wii U. That was the console after the Wii.
That sounds like
So
a siren.
The Wii,
Wee wee.
the Wii was the one with the remote
Oh, okay.
playing tennis and everything, and then the Wii U was still the same factor, like same format, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much the same remote. So we keep what's winning and what was good, and we bring it to the next console, right?
Mm.
So cost less in R&D, cost less in new parts, cost less in
Mm-hmm.
molds, cost less in whatever you want,
Oh yeah.
because you're pretty much bringing the same shit.
Oh yeah. No,
And
that's just smart. That's just smart as far as
yeah,
product is concerned.
and they had like this big screen thing that you could play with and whatever.
Mm.
You could like play on the TV with the console and have your big remote and you could play directly on the remote streaming from the console.
Mm-hmm.
So then Nintendo released the Switch, which is
Kind of
based
iteration
on
of that.
that big remote, but as a standalone machine, pretty much thinner, faster, same form factor, um, same joystick, same layout, same everything.
Mm-hmm.
So each iteration, they keep like what's good, what's winning, what people like, and pretty much AMD done that with the Ryzen series,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're doing that. They taking from the Ryzen series the chiplet design and
Mm-hmm.
the Infinity Fabric and bringing that to the GPUs.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have multiple GPU dies like slash chiplet
Yep.
with 3D stack memory on your GPU dies
Mm-hmm.
link with Infinity Fabric. So you
Do
already have the recipe.
Yeah. Oh no, they've got the stuff. Do you think they're gonna put it together in this gen though?
Yeah, 7000 series.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
I'm kind of.
pretty sure.
I don't know. It still seems kind of new, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, I can't say you're
Um,
wrong because I don't know, right? I have my doubts, but I just have my doubts because I'm generally quite doubtful about a lot of this stuff in general. Like just like when people are like the new 4060 is going to be like 3090 level, stuff. So, you know,
yeah,
it's going to
yeah.
be, I don't believe it. But
So
but I do believe that it's possible. Like what you're saying, like it makes sense because like yeah, they've got that stuff already, right? They've got the chiplet design,
mhm,
not just with Ryzen, but they also have their one professional card, which is doing
yep,
it on a graphics level, right? They've got
mhm,
their 3D cache on the CPU that's going to be releasing, I think, end of March or beginning of April. 420. 420 is when it's
420,
releasing. Yeah. How could I not?
420,
How could I not remember?
420 with the 6960.
Yeah.
So
So I don't know. Was like Elon Musk in charge of their marketing material on that? He's like, yeah, guys, don't release it on 419. Release it on 420. Trust me.
420. So now we look back to mining.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have new gen,
Mm-hmm.
um, like super fast,
Mm-hmm.
new Infinity Fabric memory, 3D stacks,
Mm-hmm.
inexpensive because you don't go and develop new R&D because
Yep.
you just did the 3D cache with the 5800
Mm-hmm.
X3D, whatever, and then you don't redo the
Yeah.
chiplet design because you did it with your professional card.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just reducing
Mm-hmm.
nanometers size of the die. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what's expensive. You're pretty much not really designing a new PCB.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like more phases and whatever. You're sticking to PCI Gen 4, and so you cut down the costs, bring up the speed with the new Infinity Fabric Cache, whatever 3D stack shit.
Mm-hmm.
So inexpensive card, faster than the 6900 XT. That's
Yeah.
that's how I see it.
Well,
So when it comes to mining, what do you do?
mining is a different animal altogether because not all algorithms are the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not all algorithms use the same parts even of the GPU. Like Ethereum is like a lot of it has to do with memory speeds and that. And that's why like, the 3080 and the 3090 are just like absolutely smashing it. And that's why even like the Radeon 7 is a good GPU for mining is because it has the HBM memory, right?
Yeah.
And that has like super high memory bandwidth. So Ethereum is a lot more memory intensive versus say like I don't know if you look at like algorithm like Octopus is a lot
Mm-hmm.
more GPU core intensive, less memory dependent, and a lot of these other coins out there have their own different things that like if you boost memory speed on some of them, it's not really going to improve your hash rate, while the other ones you boost your GPU core frequency and it helps boost it. So it's hard to translate GPU performance because also too like you got to think about it too, like these new GPUs are geared towards gaming, right?
Yeah.
Or at least they should be.
Yeah.
I would say probably Intel ones are mostly like we can mine, buy us. We can't really game, but we can mine. But you know, and so I agree. Like from a mechanical perspective, it's like yes, the components are there. The fact too that they have that chiplet design on a professional card doesn't mean necessarily that that chiplet design is going to translate to a good gaming card, right? You know what I
Well,
mean? Like it.
they pretty much taking the same uh like GPU design,
Mm,
reducing they will reduce the size like a nanometer,
mm.
and they will just link. It's
I don't know that level very well, so I can't really
I,
argue.
I
I just.
think I think you were there when I was talking it. Well,
Mm,
it was with you when I was talking with the
yeah,
voodoo
yeah.
cards. They keep like
Mm.
making the card bigger and adding
Just
like
make it
more,
longer and longer and
yeah,
longer. Yeah.
longer and adding chips on it. But that's what they're doing right now.
Mm,
They're taking like a small shortcut, but a smart one. Like
mm,
let's not reinventing the wheel. Like right now,
yeah.
we can say that the 6800 XT is a freaking good mining card.
Yeah.
I think it runs like a little bit odd. I'm not sure.
The 6900 XT?
The 68.
Oh, 6800 is pretty good. It runs, yeah, a
Yeah,
little bit warm. The 6800 is like the best of the AMD line as far as like
yeah,
power consumption, hash rate, but the 6800 is pretty well in there as well.
yeah. So you do have like a good design, good mining card.
Mm-hmm.
So
Whoa.
what happened is that if the the 7000 series, like the first cards that come out,
Mm-hmm.
what happened if this card is better at mining than a 6900 XT but
Oh,
cheaper? So what do you do with your cards right now?
oh yeah. Well, it's way better, right?
So you unload them? You sell them at cost?
Well, it
Do
depends
you
what
keep
you're depends what you're using it for, right?
do you keep mining? Do you buy more? Do you trade? So
Mm.
that's there's like June.
Oh yeah. No, there's
It's
a lot of stuff, you know.
there will be a lot of stuff happening in the mining community if Ethereum switch,
Mm-hmm.
and more leaks will come out about the new
New cards.
7,000,
Yep.
yeah, 4,000 series.
Oh
7000
yeah. Oh no,
series,
like
and
if you're looking to unload a 6900 XT, and if like there's a lot more firmed up rumors about like the 7700 XT, like
mhm,
killing it in gaming, you're basically you might as well, you know. But again, if you're looking to have, if a 6900 XT is working for you with your current setup, and for your foreseeable setup, like I don't know if you're gaming at like I don't know 1440p, right? And your 6900 is like great for that, and you're not looking to upgrade your monitor, you don't
yeah,
necessarily need to dump your 6900 XT and grab the 77 because you want to have like I'm saying just keep it and keep it for as long as you want and just sort of use it, right?
because yeah, I'm on your website right now.
Mm-hmm.
What to mine?
Yeah.
So it's like Ethereum Ash and Octopus
Mm-hmm.
seems to be like on par,
Mm-hmm.
like for a 3080 Ti, for
Yeah.
what I have right now.
Yeah.
It's like the same mega hash.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's mostly
and-
because your 3080 Ti is hash limited, right? For Ethereum.
yeah,
All right. But I wouldn't look at the hash rate in the sort of the readouts here. I would look down at the profitability,
hmm
because like you look at say hash rate for what is it? There's one that's like just absolutely ridiculous compared to Autolycos, right? Which is the I believe that's the for Ergo, yeah, which people are mining nowadays. Some of them are sort of mining Ergo right now, which is a popular one I think for a lot of the low hash rate cards. And you're getting what 265 mega hash per second, which is like it's roughly, you're getting roughly double the mega hash per second on that algorithm than Ethereum hash or ETH hash, even with like a 3090,
hmm
right? So they're not really equivalent in that regard, but I would say just look at more like the profitability and which one is the
Yeah.
most sort of profitable.
So if you look like for my class of card,
Mhm.
like if you go like
Yeah, 3080.
Hero Pal,
Mhm.
I have no idea what the fuck is that,
Yeah,
but it's like 30 cents
yeah,
less profit than
Mhm.
like, and you have like Octopus.
yeah.
So imagine that Ethereum dies.
hmm
So you just strike out top two,
Yep.
and then you're left with like Hero.
Yeah. But the issue is that you're gonna get this 956 terahash of
Yeah.
power suddenly
Yes,
filtering
switching.
into all of these, right? And you look at like Octopus, right? You have 1.26 terahash, right? So like imagine getting 1/1000th of that is like two less than they're getting like 2 cents,
Oh, it's insane.
right? So that's like assuming if everything goes in there. Obviously, it's not going to be everything, but I would say expect the profitability of these other things to at least half, if not more, right? And again, it's like you don't even know what's going to happen with these other coins because some of them they're sort of attached with Ethereum, and as Ethereum goes up, which theoretically once all this change to proof of stake, but also there's a lot of other good functionality that's going to be sort of baked into that switch, which should be theoretically boosting its value. It could boost the value of some of these other ones, but
Yeah.
There's so much speculation on that. It's but like what you're saying, like people who sold their GPUs earlier in like even like the 2017 and like got out of mining, they're kicking themselves, right? Because they didn't
Yeah.
stick with it.
Yeah, that's what happened to Vision. It was
Mhm.
like, dude, I was so dumb to sell my cards
Yeah.
because right now he has like a nice rig,
Mhm.
but it was like these cards were paid for,
Yeah. So
and I could have kept them.
yeah. Yeah, and nice. They had unrealistic MSRPs. They practiced voodoo economics. Yeah, for those voodoo cards.
Yeah.
But I think what Fruta Palm is saying here too, like, there's never been a generation that had an average increase of greater than 50% before, which doesn't mean it can't happen. But that's sort of like, again, that's sort of also where my sort of doubts are coming from, where like, is it going to happen? I don't know. But I would love to see it happen, to be honest. It would be absolutely awesome to see that, and just like to see like GPUs and their processing power and their graphics capabilities just like absolutely take off.
Well, we'll have a good taste
Mm,
of that with the new 3090 Ti.
yeah, I don't know.
Be
You
yeah,
think so?
because it has the same amount of CUDA core. Then it's not the same architecture.
Mm-hmm.
So the new one, the
Yeah, Lovelace, I guess. Yeah.
Lovelace, yeah, Lovelace, will be faster. Like
Mm.
CUDA per CUDA.
Oh,
Like
probably yeah,
if
faster.
I mean it's like, but they have like the same like CUDA
Mm.
core count. So you'll see in the benchmark. And but when I saw the prices yesterday,
Yeah.
um, I was wondering, are they going to release this card with a with a
Yeah.
limiter on it?
Probably not.
I mean,
If they're smart, they won't.
if they're smart, they won't, because they are super crazy expensive.
Yeah. And again, having a limiter on a card that high of a tier is just pointless, because again, that level of card, there's going to be people who are doing professional workloads, which could potentially trigger that limit, right?
Yeah.
And you're not going to want to have a card that might not do, like if you say like, I always think of like, when I think of like a professional workload, I know it's not correct, but like I think of like folding at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you're doing like calculations on, viruses and stuff like that, and you're doing that, and if that triggers your hash rate limiter,
Limiter. Yeah.
nobody's going to want that even for professional, which again, to spend that much for like what it's going to give you, what, like 5-10% more than a 3090 gaming wise, if that, right? It's
I have,
you know
I have no idea right now.
it's
What's the
I'm highly doubtful it'll give you much more than 5%. If it's 10% or more, I will be very surprised.
we'll see benchmark in 10
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it, but I don't think it's going to be like one of those worthwhile things. But my main thing I want to get at though is that you got a card right now and you're looking to, I think some people, they just sort of pulled the trigger on like a higher tier card than they wanted or they needed. And they're like, I wish I would have gotten like, like, okay, right now I've got a 3090 that I've been mining on since February 2021. I got that card for free, basically.
Yeah.
It's paid itself off 100%. So I'm saying, like, there's a few more months left. If you've got a card and you maybe like got a 3080 when you really originally wanted a 3070, highly unlikely because 3080s are less likely to be purchased than a 3070. But say you got like a 3080 Ti. We're going to use your example, right? You got your 3080 Ti, right? And I'm, and sort of our talk about mining and that, like, I'm not going to say like, hey, buy as many cards as you can and mine with them, or even like buy as many of these new gen cards as you can and mine with them either, right? I'm saying buy a card. Like, I'm saying if you're a gamer and you want to have a card that you can game with, that's gonna suit your resolution that you're gaming at, like you're gaming at like 1440, or you've got like you just got an ultra wide and you want a card that can run some really nice settings on your 3440 by 1440 ultra wide, and say you couldn't get a 6800 XT, but you were able to grab a 6900 XT. I'm saying just mine with it from now until June, you got like what? Say how many days till June 15th?
It's not, it's like it's 2 months.
You got 88
Oh,
days.
yeah,
You can
3
go
months.
around the world in 88 or 80 days. So, you got to factor in then, obviously these are not static numbers, right? For your daily mining. Personally, if you're like a gamer and you're not like looking to run like some super high professional rig and you got one card and you just want to sort of mine with it on the side and, make a little extra money, I highly recommend NiceHash. I know there's a lot of people out there who've got a lot of hate towards NiceHash, and it's probably justified. But if you're a noob and you want to mine, it's probably the easiest, most straightforward site with the easiest process probably of like cashing out. They've got a lot of great tools for calculating your profitability, and I've found that their numbers are generally somewhat conservative as far as like hash rates and energy usage. Like here, like they've got a 6800 and they're saying it uses 175 watts, which in my opinion is kind of ridiculous. Like mine's going at like 128 watts, 130 watts.
Was it
So
3080 Ti?
3080
No.
Ti right here, they're saying 220 watts. I don't know
No.
what's yours running at.
It's like 254 right now.
Oh, 254.
And I mean, okay, full
gotta-
disclosure, like I'm
You're still tuning it.
yeah, dude, I'm still tuning my whole life, but I mean,
Hey, constant improvement. That's a good philosophy. All right.
I mean, I think it was 2 days ago,
Mhm.
midnight. I was like, "Yep, gonna start mining on my 3080." That sounds easy because I set up NiceHash.
Mhm.
I bought that 2080 Super that I couldn't not resell. So, dude, the card was outside a computer. I set up the whole thing on my server downstairs, which means server power supply, breakout board, um, the little extender thingy,
Yep.
the power from the breakout board and everything.
Mhm.
It took me less time with NiceHash to set up a freaking like 2080 Super than
Yeah.
this card right now. It's
Yeah.
I mean okay, yeah. NiceHash is like if you don't want to tune, maximize like power ratio, mega ash, you need NiceHash and CPU ID monitor to just check your RAM temp.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to run like crazy out
Yeah.
like 115. And if you feel like a little bit adventurous, get MSI Afterburner to like overclock the RAM and downclock your thingy. But right now, and mind you that I'm running on the lastest NVIDIA like drivers. I didn't. So it gets like it's easy, but if you want to fine tune it,
Yeah.
it
Oh yeah. It can get to be a really big headache.
well, I mean, 4 cents, like scraping like 10 cents or
Yeah,
20 cents, it's like you'll get 90% super fast.
Yeah.
Like of the potential revenue.
Yep.
It's the last 10% that's
Yeah.
like
And
a
and
fuck.
and you
it's
know what
like a
though?
pain.
I would tell a lot of people too, like that don't even push for that extra bit, especially if you're
Yeah.
just looking to do it as like sort of a on the side thing, just to sort of offset your GPU cost that you spent, or maybe you got your GPU in a pre-built, and the pre-built is a little bit more stacked than you wanted, but it was the only one available and you got it, right? And I would say, don't even push for that extra bit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, try and, you know, be safe with your numbers. Be safe with your temperatures, because, you know, I always sort of look at it like, have the intent that you're going to use this card to game for the next 2 to 3 years, right?
Yeah.
And don't destroy your card mining, which is possible if you like are crazy with your memory temperatures, if you're, you know, really dumb with like having like a super closed off case that has terrible airflow. You know, you can kill your card, you know, by doing that. But, you know, be conservative, and you can run it at like, 90% of the profitability, and you can, you know, make a little bit of money and, you know, offset the cost of that. So like, you know, if you're getting like, say, I don't know, $3 a day, you know, $2 a day, say you're getting $2 a day, right now. Nice hash. We'll go here at profitability. You got your 2080 super, right, is right here. You're getting about 250 a day, right? And this is just assuming, that's just net. Over here is the profitability, $2 a day, right? 88 days left. You're getting, you know, 160, 170, say $175 back, right? There's no use destroying the card for $175. Now, what you can do, right, is as you mine with it, one of the great things I like about NiceHash is that they have an exchange built in, right? So if you want to, you know, I highly recommend too, like for like people who want to sort of get into crypto, right, and they sort of want to trade crypto, like even if you don't even want to offset your GPU costs, like say you want to get into like trading crypto, right, and you don't feel like taking your money out of your bank account, buying crypto, and then, you know, doing it like that, right? You just mine to NiceHash. They've got an exchange, and you can exchange and, you know, do your trading there. And it's like you're basically getting, you know, Bitcoin for like pennies on the dollar when you mine, right? You're just paying for your electricity. And, you know, you get like $100, $150 worth of crypto, and, you know, you can trade around with it, you know, and you can sort of, you know, trade.
Or
I think
you just sit on it. I mean,
or you can sit on it if you want.
I mean, you mentioned $180.
Yeah.
But look at the price of the Bitcoin right now. It's pretty much half of it was like a couple months ago.
Yeah. No, exactly.
So if you just want to go right or die, like you just I'm gonna sit with it. Well, maybe your 180 will be like 360 in a couple months.
No, exactly. Or you put in Ethereum, and who knows? Maybe Ethereum goes up to like, you know, people are like, oh, it's gonna go up to like 10K, and who knows, it might, right? And you know, you can put it into that. Also, too, if you're like a little bit nervous about, you know, crypto prices, there is even a US dollar stable coin on their exchange, which you can put your money into, which is basically like cashing out with a very minimal fee, because the stable coin is locked to the US dollar value, right? So if you wanted to cash out to their US dollar stable coin, you can sort of pull out of the market in a sense if things are starting to go crazy or whatever. And so there's a lot of sort of handy things with NiceHash that's not really there with a lot of other, you know, if you go to like a pool or something like that, it's not obviously not as profitable, you know, to use NiceHash, because they are skimming off of your profitability to run what they're doing. Also, too, there's some people who have
dev fees.
Yeah, there's dev fees, but there's also some people who have reservations about NiceHash, because back in 2017, I don't know, did you hear about the whole rigmarole of like they got hacked, and there was like a big Bitcoin theft that happened right around the time that Bitcoin was like maxed out at the time, and they ended up paying people back in Bitcoin after Bitcoin dropped. So basically, if they faked that whole thing and like pulled that money out, you know, and said it's not available,
They lost money.
No, like, well, Nice Hash could have made like, I think like, I don't know, like like millions of
Yeah.
dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars by cashing out and saying it's not available. Then it
Yeah.
drops and they buy it back in with the money they cashed out from other people, and then they offer the Bitcoin back to them at like half the price.
Hmm.
So there's some people think that's actually what happened. Again, I don't know, maybe not, but thus far they've been all right, and I've actually been using them, and they're quite nice. I actually did I gifted my younger brother for his wedding. I gifted him, and I was like, hey, I've got like a Costco gift card for you. Do you want that, or I can gift you like with crypto? He's like, I'll take the crypto. And this no, and this was like back in like
Yep.
I think this is back in like I think like June. So it was like kind of low then, and he was doing like, he is like, like, and I was like, tell me when you want to cash out, if you want to cash out or you want to hold or whatever. And he cashed out right around the time when like it was like it peaked in like late fall, I think. He cashed out and he basically got like over $500. It was like $250 in crypto, and then basically he got like $500 for his wedding present.
Yeah, that's nice.
So it was like, hey, that's good. And so like, like that sort of stuff, you if you want to try trading with it and that, it's pretty good. They've got a relatively low rate. I think it's like, it starts off at like 0.4% fee for trades in their exchange, and then after you've traded like a certain value, it drops to like 0.3%, and then it drops again to like 0.2% as you trade. I think it's a similar thing with like Coinbase. They do that on Coinbase as well with like trades, where you sort of reach various tiers.
Yeah, I think so.
Again, like me with trading, I like buy high, sell low. That's my that's how I trade. I like to,
Nice.
but like, it's, if you want to like, if you wanted to like trade in crypto and this and that, like, it's a great way to like put money into crypto with like, you're basically paying like, I don't know, from now until the end of mining, if you're doing like what, 150 watts, 200 watts extra, you're what, like paying like, I don't know, like $30 extra to get like $150 worth of
Yeah.
crypto, right? So
Well,
it's like you're buying in at a discount. I don't think it's going to drop to below what you're mining at, right? Your costs for mining.
yeah. No one can tell foresee the
Mhm.
future when it comes to crypto.
No, exactly.
Um, but if we come back to like the nice hash
Mm.
software, um, so you can just download it, set up your account,
Yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
read, like disable.
Yeah, you got to disable your antivirus or your
Uh,
Windows Defender.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like you remove. If you don't want to have like octopus like or
Mhm.
whatever, you can just keep like a dagger. I send you a screenshot of
Yeah.
my mining rigs
Mm.
on Discord. So
Okay.
right now I'm mining like a
Yeah.
dagger Ashimo or whatever.
Yeah, Dagger Hashimoto.
Ashimoto.
Yeah.
That's pretty much,
Do you want to bring
I
this
guess.
in? I can bring this in.
Yeah, if you want, you can just post it. Like,
Yeah.
so you disable everything except that, and then if you want to take it a step further
Yeah, go
without tweaking or anything, Nice Ash used to have T-Rex
Yeah.
mining. They removed it because T-Rex got banned
Yeah.
from GitHub for some
Mm.
reason, and then they got reinstated. Since then, they didn't bring like the T-Rex, whatever mining back.
Mm.
But there's a act that you can bring back T-Rex. So T-Rex will enable you to have the LHR unlocker,
Mm.
so get more hash rate on your card.
Yeah.
So that's like taking it like within nice ash to like maximize your profit without tweaking your RAM and speed. And if you don't want to touch that, you can just leave it to T-Rex, and then T-Rex will like auto tune all the
Mm-hmm.
settings. It does test. It tests to see if the RAM doesn't get too hot.
Mm-hmm.
Test the hash rate, and then test limiter and change it. So that's what I found.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I tried it. I don't really like it because maybe it's because of my drivers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on NB minor right now.
Yeah.
It works like fine, but
Mm-hmm.
as you can see on the screenshot, um, so I'm not running like stupid speed. It's like
Yeah.
68 mega ash, 70 mega ash,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
when my card could do like around 90, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's that extra percent that it's hard to go and get.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. And that's the thing is like that yeah, if you want to push it to like the max, it takes a little bit more time in that. I've traditionally I actually have I've used MSI Afterburner for the most part just because I can control the temperatures a lot better.
Yep.
I found like I can undervolt it nicely. I can use there's the curve function, which I'm just gonna run it right now and just show it quickly here. Where are you? There you are, MSI. Yeah, so you know got 3090 here. Like I can lock the core at a certain level, and I can lock my voltage nice and low on this here. So you've got your core. You can lock your core at a lower frequency. And one of the good things is that with the nice hash, their quick miner, you can. They have like a game mode, so you just like it's as easy as like right clicking and selecting game mode, and it like stops the mining, and puts it back to like stock clocks, so you can basically game on it, and then you can resume mining. Although sometimes it doesn't really pick up if you have like an MSI overclock from Afterburner, you might have to reapply it.
Okay.
But it's really handy there. The quick miner I find also the quick miner gives you memory junction temperature monitoring,
Nice.
which is nice. That's not something with the desktop one. Although the desktop one does allow you to use different different sort of not algorithms. They all use the same algorithm, but different miners, right? Like you're saying, T-Rex miner, MB miner, the excavator, which is the sort of in-house nice hash miner, and there's also like G miner and a few others that you can use. But I like with MSI, you can basically lock your voltage, which is the line down here. So like the further down the x-axis you go, you can lock your voltage nice and low, and you can also lock. I've found like with any sort of mining, if you can lock your core frequency, 1150 megahertz, anything below I think like 1130, and you'll start to see degradation. At least I've seen degradation of like hash rate.
Mm-hmm.
So 1200 is a nice safe one, or you can go down to like 1150 even, and lock it at a very certain voltage limit, and you can maintain your power limit. Like you're not changing your power limit. Like you can keep your power limit at 100%, but you can lock your voltage and your core clocks lower, and it'll really reduce your energy and also your temperatures. So some interesting little tips there that you can do, and if you want to talk about it more later, like I can give you some, because I think you pretty much know though, probably like messing around with MSI, or not really.
Well, I don't have this version
Mm,
on my server downstairs. Since I installed it fresh, I do have
mm,
this version. I
mm.
think here it's like an old
Yeah.
MSI
Yeah,
version.
if you want to get that curve, you could hit, I think, Control F, I think brings up the curve, or Control C in like the older
Yeah.
versions, and that'll bring it up. But again, like say if somebody like they bought like 3080 Ti like you did, or even like ideally like somebody who was like looking for a 3080 but they got a 3090, right? Like you can make like $6 a day with a 3090,
Yeah.
right? And $6 times, you know, 88 days, that's a good chunk of change right there. You know, you're looking at like $500, right? And if you got like a 3090 FE, $500 off of that is like,
Oh,
that's like
that's
that's like a AIB 3080.
yeah.
You know, like a Strix 3080. So it's like, you know, when you think about it that way, it's like, all right, and then you have, you know, 24 gigs of RAM, and I'm just thinking of it more so you're not trying to hit ROI, you know, like you're not trying to pay off your card, but you're trying to just sort of reduce how much you paid overall for it, right? And again, too, like you're saying, like, you know, and if, you know, the price of Bitcoin or what doubles, because on NiceHash you get paid in Bitcoin, you don't get paid in Ethereum, so you might want to look at, you know, converting over to Ethereum, you know, if you want to sort of speculate on the pricing of Ethereum once, you know, they go proof of stake, and you know, I think there's some other really cool things. Fruit of Palm was telling me about like sharding and stuff like that, things that I'm like, I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool. You know, and like the ability for it to, I don't know, get more functionality. Me, I'm just like, I like messing with hardware, and hey, I can make money messing with hardware. This is fun. I like it. So, you know, you can use mining as a means to bring down, you know, the overall price that you are paying for your card. And it's, if you do it right, it's not detrimental to your card. You know, there's nothing bad about it. Especially if you're sitting, like I saw your temperatures, you're like around like 50 Celsius. Like that's nothing for a card. That's like,
Well, that's on the GPU.
yeah,
That's not.
yeah, that's on the GPU.
Yeah.
But like for your 2080 Super, you don't really have to worry about memory temperatures.
Oh, no.
Because those things are running nice and cool. The 3080 Ti, on the other hand, yeah, you got to worry because it's GDDR6X. And
Yeah, it's right now it's hovering like between like 84 and 96.
which I think is fine.
And if you look at the picture I post you, that's like my computer right now. That's like an extra, like the panel is, I removed a panel, and that's like an extra 3 fans right on my
yeah. Is it an FE? Oh no, it's Asus. You said it was tough, right?
Yeah, it's a tough.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can also run. I guess it doesn't really matter so much with that one, but I find with some of them where there's like actual like connection between the PCB and the backplate, you can pop an extra heat sink on there.
Yeah, well, it's a metal backplate.
Is it getting hot or?
Yeah.
Just go put your finger on it. See. Does it burn?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's nah. It's not burning. But the thing, I'll probably like 3D print some little like step and just put the stack of 3 fan on top and just blow air on top of the backplate.
Yeah, no, that'll help too. You don't really, I don't think you really need 3. It's more.
Well, I mean,
unless like, are you gonna I think you were talking and you're saying like you're not really willing to open it up.
Nah.
Right? Yeah, you don't want to get into opening it up. And I think for the most part, most people who are like going to be sort of casually mining don't really want to open up their card and put like new thermal pads in there to adjust for, you know, the heat and that. But again, you can just sort of turn down, like, what is your memory clocked at?
Plus 1575.
Okay, yeah. So to be honest, with your card, you could probably bring that down to like plus 1200, and it'll probably get you like, you'll probably be still like within like 1 mega hash.
Let's try.
Try it. I bet you it'll be pretty close. Because, all right, I'll say this. I have a 3090, and mining, it's, the one's fine at like plus 1500, no problem. The other one at plus 1500, it'll like every like day or so, it'll crash the system, right?
Yesterday I was like fuck this shit was late. I couldn't sleep because I was tinkering around and
Mm-hmm.
like I'm the type of person that when something fucks up, like if
Mm-hmm.
something's not at my, I was talking with Ado on the podcast last night,
Mm-hmm.
and I was telling him, "Oh, I'm not, I don't really like my body is working, but it missed like there's something clunky in it that I don't like. It
Mm-hmm.
works, but personally, so yesterday I was tweaking, and like the miner was restarting. I think it was hitting like the temp, and I was like, "Fuck it, plus 2,000, enter." Everything crashed,
Yeah.
like blue screen and everything. So I was
Oh,
like, "Okay,
nice.
I can't do that."
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Now we know.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I put it like at plus 1200.
Mm-hmm.
Core clock minus 502.
Mm-hmm.
Power limit, blah blah. And I was like at 64,
Mm-hmm.
60 something, and now I'm at like 62.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with no LHR unlocker or
Yeah.
whatever.
So I think LHR unlocker, you sort of tweak with the setting where you go like 70%. I think 70% is relatively safe with like not triggering it. It
Yeah, I
it's
can.
it's usually around 70. But if you are triggering it, it'll be lower than that. But I think if you're sitting around 60, you're not triggering it yet. I think you triggering it, it's like closer to like 40, 50. I'm not
Can
100%
go and
not 100% sure on that, but
where's my T-Rex?
but yeah, you can fiddle with it. You know what? I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that I have a co-host and I have to go use the bathroom.
Sure.
So you
I'll, I'll
don't
I'll talk to
don't
the chat.
yeah don't say any like horribly offensive things that'll get me canceled.
From now on, we only speak in French.
Go for it.
So no, so that's when Sweet BBJ was like, "Oh, you want to come on the podcast? I'm gonna do a podcast about mining." It was like, well, if you want to have someone that doesn't know shit about mining, I'll come and help you. I just started mining like a week ago, man. So that's pretty much my experience right now on mining. Uh, t- 20 series, super easy to set up. I still have like a 10 series upstairs that I want to set up. Should be like pretty much straightforward. Like install nice ash, tweak MSI afterburner, ready to go. Uh LHR cards, dude. Like right, I just restarted my nice ash right now, and I'm running with the T-Rex, and like I'm trying to tweak. I was trying yesterday tweak as much as I could with T-Rex, and like lowering the power, lowering the RAM and everything, trying to lock the core, because from what people told me is that when there's like a lot of core fluctuation, that's when the limiter will hit. So I was like, okay, I'll try to toy around with that. So um I read online a little bit. um I tried different settings, and like people on my Discord were like, "Oh man, you should hit like this and that mega ash." And the thing is that the tough is a good card, but like if I really wanted to mine at the full potential, even with like three extra fan blowing on my card right now, I just started T-Rex miner, which is weird because I'm getting like 65 mega ash right now, but I don't know what's T-Rex doing, but the card is running full like 2 3 um degrees Celsius hotter. So rather than being like 84 to 94, now it's hovering between like 92 to 96, which is like,
It's
you don't want to.
it's on the edge, right?
It's on the edge. And what I've done is that I'm trying to lower the power limit. I lowered the core clock and the
Mm,
power limit. So like right now I'm at like 80 power limit. So on T-Rex at 100% power limit, I was like at 321 watts. And now I just drop it down
mm,
to like 278. And my fans, they're running at 90% right now. So it's like GPU is fine. GPU is like 50, but it's
mm,
the memory that's running out. I saw some people just putting some small heatsink on top of the backplate, which apparently help if there's like contact between the memory and the backplate.
mm.
But since I have like a giant big ass cooler, there's no space. You start putting like
Yeah,
little heatsink.
I saw your setup. It's actually very tight between your GPU and your cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
S-
Well, I
So
was Coco's got a good, or sorry, Fruit of Palm has a good question here. Have you checked your junction temperatures on the 3080 Ti? And I
uh
think you were saying it's somewhere around 96. Is that the junction temperature, or is that
that's the memory.
yeah? Is that the junction temperature is like the junction between the memory? It's like I believe it's where the memory connects to the board. So it would be like the highest memory temperature reading. But it sounds like you're saying what, like 96?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, that sounds like that sounds like the memory junction temperature. Um,
Let me check if there's a new version.
but yeah, if you lock your because like look at where your core clock is. If you look at your core clock for your GPU, it's probably not sitting really low. It's probably bumping up to like probably 1700 megahertz while it's mining.
Yeah, 1500.
Yeah. So if you can lock that at like 1200, it'll drop your power usage even more. Like my 3090, when it's mining, it's running at like 290, 300.
Oh,
And that's with like double the memory chips, which are super power hungry.
let me check. Sensor. GPU. Core. So yeah, that's the junction.
Hmm.
Memory junction temperature. Yeah, that's the junction. So it's going between 92 and 98 right now.
Hmm.
Um,
And that's
yeah,
that's with your memory clocked at 1200.
um plus 1200.
Okay, plus 1200. All right.
The thing is that I don't know how to lock on, if you can show the viewers on.
Yeah, MSI Afterburner.
Yep.
Yeah, it's So here, I'll bring it up and we'll see here. So here's MSI Afterburner. On the new one, curve editors right here. But I think if you hit Control F, it brings it up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
Control
do have
F
it.
will bring it up. And you just click on whatever point. So you'll see like here's your frequency that you want to lock it at, and you can see voltages here. And you can click on one, and then you hit Control L. Oh, no, sorry, Control. Is it Control? Yeah, Control L. And then you'll see this yellow line, and it will lock it on there once you hit your check mark here to apply. And it will lock it at that frequency and that voltage.
Oh, okay. So what voltage do I want?
That is a good question. Now, I would say the curve that's normally there is a good indicator of where you can lock it, right? So with your card, you've got GDDR6X memory, which I believe has some form of error correction. So I found that with these GDDR6X cards, if you try and push it too much, you'll start getting errors in your memory before you have the card crash. And you'll see a drop in hash rate. So you'll see a significant drop in hash rate, and there will be, and so you can sort of bump up your core limit. Also, too, what you can do on this curve is you can move these down, right? And you can sort of, so if you go here where it was like normally, I don't know, let's say here, like where the stock curve has it sitting at like 1410 for 762.
As of right now, like if you go into the normal interface and you do like minus whatever megahertz, it will bring down the whole curve.
Yeah. But it won't lock your frequency on it.
No, it won't.
So it'll start moving around. And which I think it sort of breeds instability in your overclock as well, because you're fluctuating up and down with your clock speeds.
So right now I just lock it like at,
I don't know, I would go a little bit ahead of like, so say you're on your curve, I would go like, maybe go, I don't know, 762 maybe. Bring it down to like 1200 and then hit L and then hit check mark.
We don't want to have check mark on this version. Oh yeah, okay.
Or apply or whatever it says.
Yeah.
And if suddenly your video goes away, I'll know it was too low of a voltage.
No, right now like I'm locked at 1260.
Okay.
At 875 millivolt.
Oh, you could probably go lower than that. I'm running
really?
I'm running my, what is it? My 3090s are running at like 768 or something like that. I know my 1080 is running at I have a 3080 is running at 756 at 1140.
1140. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try that. Be right back.
It's like suddenly it's like you freeze and you're gone. It's like, well, that's all from Lith today. Actually, before you apply that, let's maybe talk about your Discord for a little bit. To the two people who are watching right now. Did you already talk about it?
Already applied.
You already talked about it? Oh, you already applied it? All right. Well, you're still here, so that's good news.
Yeah, so I'm at like 775 at 1140.
Okay, I think that's relatively safe.
And my power limit is at 80.
You can leave your power limit at 100 if you're locking your voltage. It doesn't. The power limit doesn't do anything, really.
Dude, I have no idea how like these liars on your website, the website, NiceHash. Well, on NiceHash, they said like power like 200. Like I just locked, and I'm at like 241.
Yeah.
And I'm running like 61 mega hash right now. So
241 on the 3080 Ti.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what they say here. 3080 Ti. Ti. What is this? They're saying 80 mega hash at 220?
Yeah.
Wow. That must be really tuned. Like,
yeah, they're smoking some.
Well, here's the weird thing. All right, like, okay, 3090. All right. Oh, sorry. Calculate 3090. All right, the 3090 stuff, like this 120 at 285, that's very doable. I found. Like, I can get that not too bad. I'm getting like 125 at like 285. Although it is water cooled, so it's not reading any power from the fans. So that might be a little bit of a
Yeah.
cheater thing. But let's say okay, let's go to something that's like normal. I have a 3080. All right. So calculate that. All right. They're saying 96 at 220. All right.
96
I'm getting
megahash.
I'm getting 100 on mine, and it's right around like 230 watts.
The EVGA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the XC3 Ultra.
Yeah. I don't know what EVGA did, but I think they got pretty good rep for mining.
They're pretty good. And it's running decently cool. I have like thermal pads between the PCB and the backplate on it, and my like memory's sitting at like 84 Celsius.
Like
What?
right now, like GPU drop at like 47, and the memory's hovering like between 90 and 94. So
Okay,
which
90,
is
94. That's nice. That's not a
which
bad.
is just not bad.
Yeah.
And I put the clock at plus 1350 too. You see.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So let's look at the ones that I have actually a hard time getting is actually like the 6800 XT. That one I cannot get what they're doing here. Like 64.4 megahash is like impossible for me. The most I can get mine at, and I have had two of them, and the most I could get it at is 62. Now, granted, I had it at 62, and it was 150 megahash or 150 watts, but you know, it's like I even had a 6900 XT that I was trying to run.
So I got a guy on my Discord, 6800 XT. He's running Core at 1800, Mem at 1059.
Okay.
And his temp are like 5564. So I guess that's GPU and RAM.
Yeah. Which is not bad. Like again, you're not gonna see super high temps on your GDR6 memory. It's that 6X that's gonna have like those ridiculously high temps. And also too, I think for the most part, I think GDR6X has temperature reporting from the memory module itself, while 6 just GDR6 doesn't. I think they're relying on other temperature sensors outside of the memory module to get you those levels. But again, it's not as critical because GDR6 runs much cooler than 6X. So yeah, that's the sort of the tricky thing with the 3080 Ti, right? Is like your LHR and all that. But you know what? If you're getting like 60-ish, right?
Yeah.
You're getting like what, like $2 a day?
250 something. The thing I don't like about T-Rex mining is that when they detect LHR, it shuts everything down. It's like
it restarts the algorithm. Yeah.
So like as of right now, like I was running at 64. It was like slowly going up. So it says like LHR detected, and then it dropped like at 50 megahash, and then 39, 41, 42, 45, 55, and it was like, oh, sorry, we LHR again. So dropped to 40, 42. So now it's slowly ramping up, 42, 49.
Yeah. You should try MB Miner. I found MB Miner is pretty. They have a little bit of a higher dev fee, I would think, than T-Rex. But I found that MB Miner is pretty good at getting stable clocks. And for the LHR stuff, they do have a setting, I think, in NB Miner where you can run like 70%. So it like it limits the I believe it's something within it. It limits it to like 70%. or like 80%, or you can set that to whatever, like even like 99% or whatever, because some cards will the LHR will kick in at a different level.
Hmm.
So if
Well,
you if you use that, you can just put that in. And I don't know about T-Rex, they might have the same thing on T-Rex.
T-Rex is like it will detect, it will shut down. So as of right now,
Mm-hmm.
it went like okay, um, resuming mining, changing
Mm-hmm.
LHR tuning to um, well from 73.5 to
Mm-hmm.
73. Target Ash Unlocker 63,
Oh, okay.
and so it goes in tune and tune and tune. So right now it's back like at 69,
Mm-hmm.
67.
Okay.
The problem I was having last night, and I think what you showed me, the tuning, fix that, is that at like 69 megahash, I was like running at stupid temps. Like,
Yeah.
dude, it was insane. Like 110 at some point. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. You want
So
to stay away from that. That's not good.
so then I was like, oh, I'm done toying with that. So for the night, I just switched back to NB miner,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew the card was going to run cool all
Mm-hmm.
night and at a stable rate.
Yeah.
But right now it seems like I'll toy a little bit
Mm-hmm.
like with the setting more later, maybe tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah. Fruit of Palm is saying G minor for the win.
Yeah.
I've actually had good experience with G minor. Uh, you know, not only as a chord whilst playing guitar, but as far as as far as mining goes, I actually had an issue at one point with my AMD cards running on MB miner. They would have like this ridiculous like hash rate runaway where they would like register as like 160 mega hash or something for like a 6800 XT,
Ooh.
and it would like error out the miner,
Yeah.
and it would like keep resetting and resetting until it just like gave up after a certain cycle. And on G minor it actually didn't happen with it, and I just ended up switching those cards over to G minor, and in order just to get them to run nicely.
It happened with T-Rex when I was
Mm.
starting. It was peaking like 114 mega
Mm.
hash, and then
Mm.
slowly like 90, 80 going down. Was like,
Yeah.
why
Well,
can't I run
you
like
know
that
what?
all the time?
114 is probably where it runs when
Yeah, when
when
nothing's kicked in.
when there's no limit. That's probably
Yeah.
where it actually runs. So it's like, oh man, when are those hackers gonna release the real LHR unlock, right?
Oh, I wouldn't hold my breath on
No,
that, to
me
be
neither.
honest.
Me neither. But well, I just wait till the next AMD release. That's probably when. I remember when there was like that NVIDIA development driver that got leaked, where the 3060 uh, mining limiter got sort of bypassed with that
Yeah.
one driver, and it happened like right around the time I think the 6700 XT got released. It's like, oh, what a coincidence, you know.
Yeah.
So I think once those 7700 XTs go out, I bet you the LHR unlocker is gonna suddenly like, oh, it's leaked. Or who knows, maybe Nvidia is like orchestrating the whole hack, and they're making it look like they got hacked so that they can release the LHR unlock, so they can still
Mm.
look like the good guys who tried to like stop the miners with their LHR lock. But
Yeah.
because once it's unlocked, then anybody who wants to mine is going to still, well, right now those sort of the mining thing is, I think, kind of tapering off. A lot of the FOMO people are getting really cold feet, and like you were saying, they're already probably starting to sell their rigs off right now.
Uh, I saw a few like on the market, but not
Mm.
that many. But as we were talking about the 3090 Ti's, so
Mm.
um, I
Yeah,
know
you got
you
some
want to,
pricing. I think
yeah,
I think we're done with like the mining thing, because like it's, like the thing is that it's relatively easy to set up. You download it, you run the installer, and you just sort of want to make sure that you watch your memory temperatures, especially if you're running like a 30. I think 3080 Ti's have, or 3070 Ti's have the GDR6X as well. So if you have
Yeah.
a 3070 Ti, 3080, 3080 Ti, 3080 12 gig, or 3090, you want to be sort of just watching your memory temperatures with that. And obviously you can just sort of reduce your memory overclock to bring them down within an acceptable rate if you're if you don't want to open it up or do any thermal pad stuff, like, because you could probably even like Lith, you can probably like reduce your memory overclock even further if you want to, like plus 900, and just sort of see what you're running at.
Yeah, I
Right.
could.
And if especially like as like summer comes around, and you like, things start getting a little warmer inside, and
We just run full blast AC here, so.
oh, there you go. Nice.
And it's not like this week was super hot. I know maybe you guys, it was like 12 or 14, and I had like some guys on my Discord, some minor dudes who were like, "Yeah,
Crying.
man, it's like 32 in my room," and so some guy posted like he exhausts like his basement into like a window. He bought like a fan,
Yep.
and all the snow was melting.
Yeah, I got one of those too. It's like, have you seen that meme where it's like, it shows like this like row of like attached houses, and like the one has like no snow on the roof, and it's like 2017. It's like find the grow up, and like 2020 find the miner's house. It's like, back in the day, it's like they're growing weed in their attic. It's like it's the house with no snow on it. Now it's like that's the guy that's mining.
So I think it was last night around. It's funny because what time was it? Was last night. I posted prices.
Right here.
Oh, what time was it today? I think it was late. Yeah, it was like this morning, 12 a.m. I posted prices. Well, the one I posted to you. So I got like two sets of prices. There's one that's public. That everyone and their mother ran.
The like $5,000 one.
Yeah, everyone ran this story. Like, unnamed. I like they took like all the same text and title. An unknown Canadian retailer. So listed. It was PC Canada. It took me like 10 minutes to find it.
You know what? To be honest, it's like unknown Canadian retailer. It's like if it's international news, it might as well be any of them.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was PC Canada yesterday. They leaked some prices. Let's say. They leaked. It was rumor for a while that 3090 Ti will have like a water cooled card.
Oh, okay.
So this one, the LC one, Rogue Strix LC. So it's a Strix water cool. So it leaked at $5,221.
Wow. Well, you don't want water. You don't want water cooling cards leaking. Heyo.
And the Asus TUF gaming, the price is $4,630. So for $4,630. That's the prices that they leaked at, and the prices that everyone and their mother just posted. Like, oh my god, look at these prices. But you know me.
Oh yeah.
You know me. Always have
another source.
People. Yeah, good people. Good people that talks, and they
You gonna leak it here, or you gonna leak it exclusively on your Discord? Join his Discord in order to see it Link
Uh,
below.
well, it's yeah. I mean, it's going to be. Do we do like? I think we're doing 25th. It's going to
Yeah,
release on the 29th. I think we're doing a podcast either Friday or Saturday next week because we want to see if on our podcast if we do like a sponsored
nice.
thing 4 hours or not. I need to play the stupid,
Yeah.
not the stupid game, but
No, no, it's
I
alright. Hey, put the link for your cast, your stream, in the chat here. All right.
uh,
And anybody who wants to hear this unreleased price, tune in. I believe you guys.
nah
No,
nah
no,
nah leak. I don't I always
you're gonna wait.
I'll, I'm not gonna wait.
Oh,
You owes me as a guest.
oh,
So.
you don't have to leak it here. You can be selfish. Don't worry.
Nah.
I'm not.
So it's pretty much the retailer price.
Mm,
I saw that there's a big retailer in Canada. They had I'm not sure if the quantity are like super limited or the retailer was safe on order number, and I think that's like the best thing to do. Um it's not like a mom and pop shop. It's not like a Canada Computer. It's where these guys get their cards at.
okay.
So
This is like distributor pricing.
yeah, pretty much. So like the 3090 Ti TOF, 20 gig of RAM, blah blah blah. Should retail at like 4,300.
4,300.
4,300. That's like pretty much the retail price. So, you can see that PC Canada have like an overhead of like maybe $300 on that card. So they got like a little bit of wiggle room. I think they're doing like pretty much what everyone will do is that they will try to catch the big fish, and then when they don't sell,
Yeah.
just like drop it like
Sale.
yeah, they'll drop it like a $50 or $100. So that's what I see.
I just put your thing in the chat.
Oh, thank you. And the water cooled card retail around 4,800,
Yeah.
4850. So that retailer for them,
So it's probably like 45 ish.
no, that's their price.
Oh, that's their
That's-
price. Oh, okay, that's the
That's their price, like 4,850. So you see like PC Canada, they're selling it at 5,600, I think.
Wow.
52. So
Holy.
that's like another 300, 350 over it
Wow.
that they have. So but they're never been good for prices anyway. So but that's funny. That's really funny because like all the numbers you'll see online. I just did like a quick Google like research with the the blah 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 retailer, and you have like PC Canada, this and that. Like everyone posted like the same stuff.
Yeah. You see
the same
You see
news.
the picture of the ad, and you're like, that's PC Canada.
Yeah, yeah.
I recognize
And
that low budget web design anywhere.
yeah, and like, and pretty much last night, I just went and Googled the SKU, like the TOF dash RTX, and I ended up like on PC Canada. So, so it was like pretty easy to find. But the number I just give you up, you won't see them anywhere else. You won't hear them anywhere else.
Yeah.
Pretty much until I guess some big PC Canada
Once,
or or
Once
like someone.
hardware Canucks or Steve from Gamers Nexus figures it out.
Yeah, and they just call on your.
He's like, we're going to Canada for our next special. We're going to the door of PC Canada to ask them what's going on. Yeah, here's on the site. Asus the LC 5346.99. You can add it to cart already.
That's their price, but that's not the website that was leaked last night. It was this one.
Okay, let's see here.
You need to control. I don't know if it's still live though.
Yeah.
But
is this their? Is this like a?
It's another one. It's PC Canada without the
without the dash
in between.
Is this like a ripoff of PC Canada?
It's like another company.
Yeah, here you go. 5192. 46. Oh my gosh. Craziness.
So even PC Canada with a dash in between, these guys are selling even higher than these guys here.
Yeah, these guys are a little cheaper, and they have free shipping.
Yeah, free shipping.
Hey, that $9 you got, if you're spending $5,000, that $9 is going to be like your dinner for the next 3 months.
So PC Canada, they're selling even more expensive. The thing about PC Canada is that they run PC Canada, and they do run another website too, and everyone pretty much get their stuff from the same warehouse in Ontario.
I didn't even know these guys existed. The PC non-Dash Canada.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they do. I'm not sure if they're legit or not, to be honest.
You're like, I don't know.
I know that PC Canada, they do have this website and another website. I don't remember the name.
They have pickup in, like, they have actual bricks and mortar pickup locations, apparently.
Yes, but they use the same API for stocks. Then.
Oh, okay. So it's like multiple storefronts for the same sort of company, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, and they don't sell like each at the same price, because my my Dark Hero comes from the little brother of PC Canada, and when you call PC Canada and you call the other place, it's pretty much like the same people answering. That's super funny. And when back in the days, they used to have like a backdoor on their website that you could see stocks.
Oh, really?
At the warehouse, yeah. They were hiding, but I found a way to like see when the Ryzen, because remember that at one point Ryzen 5000 series were like impossible to find. So
hacker man,
I was able to get dates of shipment and how many was on order and delays between like now and when they would go be at the warehouse. That's how I found that these two websites were pretty much the same. But I think it's like
they both had the same backdoor vulnerability.
Yeah, because they use the same API. They use the same stock API.
And this is why you should be on Lith's server, because he's got these skills to look for stuff and to help you out with it.
I do think her, but there's a lot of people with skills out there.
But not a lot of people are offering those skills for free. So that's one of the good things, is that your server, as well as the one that I'm on, which is I'm on yours as well, but the Canadian Stock Stalker, the CA Stock Stalker Discord, they're both absolutely free. There's no like paid extra level to get like advanced warning or anything like that. It's all free, and it's all like people helping out other people. And
that's no paywall.
No paywall, none of this garbage where it's like you pay for a bot or something, or you pay for some special add to cart thing. It's basically you're there, you're digging around, you're tinkering around, trying to find things. You're setting up some stuff as well with like Amazon deals, um, and basically it's like a great, um, much less toxic version of like, I would say red flag deals, in the sense of like, you can spot deals, especially like
Yeah.
with PC hardware, except it's not a bunch of scalpers and toxic folk looking to like screw people out of things by like bulk buying and hoarding crap. It's more
Yeah.
so just like people are buying so that they can help other people get stuff at MSRP, with like, I think on your site it's like a 10% maximum markup on
Yep.
stuff. and
Yep.
and so like, again, if you're like looking for a GPU and you've like stumbled onto this like this
We're
stream, and you're like,
yeah.
2 hours deep into the stream and we're finally telling you this.
Oh, I think the link is down below
Yeah,
for my
there's
Discord.
the
Yeah.
link for your Discord is in the description. And hit up the Discord. It's a lot of really friendly people there, and people who are happy to help
Yeah.
out. So
We did have a guy yesterday was like selling my 3080 FE
mm.
$2,400,
Oh.
and my mods were like fucking bloodhounds on
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they
Well, it's a
like
friendly it's a friendly server unless you are a scalper. Then
yeah.
it's not a friendly server.
oh yeah. So like
They
I
will
saw
cut
the
you.
mud I saw the mud chat lighting up, but I was working. Well, I was at work, but basically me being at work is pretty much being like that
Yeah.
on my work computer. So, and then I look up, I was like, what the hell? The mods are talking.
Yeah,
What's happening? So
They're talking something bad is happening.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. When the mud chat lights up, like we pretty much don't talk in the mud chat unless like someone's doing bad stuff. Like mud will talk in public channels and stuff like that. So I was like, the hell's happening? So I guess I was like, oh, I guess someone's getting banned. Like, yep, this funny guy was trying to sell a 3080 FE for $2,400. The guy was like, well, that's the price on eBay.
Oh my
Like,
gosh, that's market price. I hear that
Yeah.
all the time, and it's like,
yes,
you're an idiot.
you're out.
Well, here's the thing, like the craziest thing, as well as like with those FE cards, there is no warranty.
Yeah.
Unless you're buying that FE card from Nvidia or Best Buy, you do not have a warranty on it.
Mhm.
And if you think for a second that some guy that ripped you off for double MSRP is going to help you out with claiming warranty on it, you are a bigger idiot than a person who would buy a card for double the price.
Yeah, pretty much.
So don't pay that crap for that, Like I would maybe be more understanding for somebody trying to scalp like, say, like an EVGA where like warranty is like fully transferable and it's like, your investment can be protected, but like the ridiculousness of trying to like sell an FE card at like more than MSRP is like, just, I don't know, it blows my mind.
It's funny. So yeah, that's what we do. We just we try to find cards and GPU for people and try to help them pretty much. Oh god, T-Rex is taking a dump again. Yeah, I was like I keep watching it. I was at 79 at some point,
Yeah.
and now
Oh.
now it's just like,
Oh.
I'll take a small rest. Let's mine at 8 mega hash.
Oh.
Let's mine at 8 mega hash.
Ugh.
Okay.
Sometimes
Well,
I find too, like even like restarting the computer sometimes helps with that sort of stuff. But
I do need to change my drivers though.
yeah, but like on I'm just looking at your Discord right now. You've got actually a lot of stuff for like Amazon. Like deals will pop up for like sports things, electronics, tools, some various shopping items as well.
I did the tool channel only for coconuts, fruit palm,
Yep.
because I know he loves his tools. So yeah, it's like it's a chat. It's it's 4 channel because the thing about Amazon is that I do have access to the Amazon API to scan for GPUs and stuff like that, but you're rate limited. Like you can't
You can't
scan.
scan like 5 times an hour, or 5 times a minute, or something like that. You have
You,
to have a certain space between time wise between when you scan.
you well, no,
No.
it's like they will limit you a time a number per month.
Oh wow, it's up to a month that they're sort of checking.
Well, it's like you can do, let's say, 13,000 ping per month.
Mm.
But I mean, if you want to sell boxer short or
Hmm.
I don't know, freaking cops or
Hmm.
tools or whatever, I don't think you need to ping
Yeah, like you can ping like once a day, twice a day.
once,
You
twice a
know.
day. But when you want to ping for
Oh,
GPUs,
you got to be pinging like
crazy.
as often as possible because they don't last long.
So I was running like 20 pings per 30 seconds at some point.
Mm.
So the maximum that Amazon will, and that's all public. That's
Yeah,
not like
not like
super
some.
like
I'm gonna pretend it's top secret. You heard it here first.
yeah.
It's
So they will they will allow you to bundle like 10 SKUs and send one request.
Oh, okay.
So that's like 10 SKUs. So at one request every 30 seconds,
Mm.
24 hours a day, blah blah
Mm.
blah. I was hitting like my limit. So when I double up to like two every 15,
Mm.
um, to add more SKUs, more cars, more whatever, I was like busting out my thing. The thing about Amazon is that since I'm affiliate, I do make a small cut of
Mm.
money on what people buys
Oh, through the links. Yeah.
to the links. But when I did that, the idea was not to make money, which
Yeah.
because everything's freaking free on my Discord,
Yeah.
was that if you sell, not the money you make, but if you sell
Mm.
for a certain amount per month, you get more API pings because they say, oh,
Oh, you brought like
you
a certain amount of sales through your pings.
so
So we're gonna allow you more pings because you're
yeah,
bringing us money. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So they will bank up
Mm.
your thing,
Yeah.
then you can scale up, ping more and faster.
Mm.
So since GPU craze pretty much died, um, I was like, okay, well, I'm selling for maybe, I don't know, let's check. And that again, that's not money I make in my
Mm.
own pockets because
Yeah.
it's like it's like
Well, the nice thing about the links, right, is that it's like you're not gonna buy stuff that you don't want, right? If somebody's buying
yeah,
something that they want, they're paying the exact same price if they're,
yeah,
buying it on Amazon anyways. It's
yeah.
just you get a little bit of a benefit from it. And hey, if you're the one who's alerting somebody to a sale on something they're looking for anyways, and they're actually able to save money because they click on your link, it's just like a win-win-win,
So like I could go like
right?
yeah, yeah,
And
for
that's
like
sort of the goal, right? With it is like to like, hey, here's a good sale for you. It's like, oh, I've been looking for those for like the last 3 months. That's the best price I've seen. Click, buy, done.
yeah.
You get a little something back. They get a good deal. Amazon makes a buttload of money because they always do, and Jeff Bezos goes to space again, and
And go
and
destroy bridge to have his boat
yeah,
um go through
he
fucking
gets to go
connect.
through the Panama Canal.
Yeah. So I think like for the last 30 days,
Mhm.
I sold for around like $1,000 worth of
Okay.
stuff. That's not like money. That's not a
That's
thousand dollars.
that's not money in your
Yeah.
pocket, but that's like $1,000 of merchandise was purchased on Amazon through your links.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and so they give you like a bunch of stats, and I don't remember the number, but I
Mm.
think it's like every $1,300 you get like an extra, like 10,000 or 5,000 API click.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, if I could, it's like pretty much doubling the ping I can do for a month. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, if I could sell, so that was the idea behind to release, well, everything that's 10% and above, like in discount
Mm-hmm.
in electronics, tools, sports, and I don't know what's the other category. I don't remember. Tool sports, and video games.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that was like 10% and above, I would just spit it there. There's like no, it's like there's no ping. I'm not pinging like anyone. Um, so people can just browse through it and like buy
Mm-hmm.
something if they want.
Yeah.
So that was the idea behind it. And I know that Coconut's really like his tools, so I was like,
Yeah.
I'll add a tool section for Coconut.
Yeah.
But I do plan to maybe bring more categories. Um, but yeah, that was just
Mm-hmm.
like an idea, a project between projects,
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
pretty
it
much.
was sort of, I think it was a sort of a project to help improve another project,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, pretty
Because the
much.
project was like, and originally to ping Amazon for GPU stock,
Yep.
but this is sort of a means to increase the amount of pings you are allowed before running into trouble.
Well,
So
before getting denied,
yeah.
because I did the thing um when I was scanning, because I send a crawler, regular crawler on Amazon, and it gets links, but it doesn't get like all the infos, like the pictures and stuff like that. So I just go and reping the API
Mm-hmm.
with like if like with a set of items, um, and then I can gather more infos on it. But I just went like, okay, just take all these things I want and ping one after the other, and the API was like, no, you can't do that. Throttling. So I had to like add the little sleep comment
Nice.
on the on the thing. But it's always like, I think I learned that from Ado.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there's always like something bigger. If you have like a project, you need to have like something bigger and another mean behind it. So as of right now, I was checking my database today for new egg.
Mm-hmm.
As of today, new egg. I do have. Let me check.
Well, the good
I,
news, as you're checking, just the good news is that you're sort of already on your way, as far as being much better set up for the launch of like 4,000 series and
oh yeah.
7,000 series, right? With like helping people know where their stock, when their stock, so they can get pinged and get in there and get the cards. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm.
So like as of for new egg, right now I'm close to a million um things in my database.
Oh,
Price
okay.
point for SKUs that
Mm.
were online. So the idea behind that is to gather more price and then do an aggregate. And I think
Mm.
I was talking with Ado last night
Mm.
about that, and trying to post numbers and real chart of like prices, because dude, right now there's so many different prices that you don't even know what's a good deal and what's not
Yeah,
good deal.
stuff's been so messed up like the last like 2 years with just like how things have like flowed and moved. Like right now, when somebody's like 3080, how much is a good price
Yeah,
for a 3080? It's
yeah,
like I know what a decent price for a 3080 is because I bought a 3080 in 2020, November 2020. All right, I
yeah,
got
same.
I got one. All right, So I know what a good price, what a proper price is for it based on that. But like somebody who's like just wandering into the market now and they're like, what's a good price for a 3080? It's like, whoa, like, you know, now it's like,
Yeah, you see some prices as like
like
1700.
yeah, you're like, is this person a scalper? And it's like, no, it's this is the Newegg price. It's
Yeah,
from
so
Newegg, shipped by Newegg.
yeah, so like right now I saw like I think it was today. Yeah, today.
Mm,
3080 current price 1760. Best price in the last 30 days
yeah.
1732.
Mm.
Aventus, MSI
Oh,
Ventus.
like those are like the worst.
Yeah, current price
Yeah.
1831. So close to
Yeah, look at this. Oh,
$100.
that's a 12 gig. Sorry, that's a 12 gig.
Yeah,
Are
it's
you
12
talking about
gig.
12 gig? Okay, 12 gig, that's kind of another animal altogether.
Yeah, and then you have the best price in 30 days. And that's all the cards I scan on Newegg. It's sold and shipped by Newegg. It's not
Yeah.
like third party.
Yeah, because some of those third parties are like absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's all like sold and shipped by Newegg. So best price in 30 days,
Mm.
1682. It's like what? Like that's $150 difference from like now and like 30 days
Oh,
behind.
yeah.
So
Well, here, look at this. The Ventus, the 3080, 10 gig, right? Newegg, sold by Newegg, $1,500.
Mhm.
That's a solid $500 more than launch.
yeah,
Launch was actually under 900, I believe, or not under 900, under 1,000. So it was like nine something. I think it was like 950. I remember,
paid,
I remember the Ventus cards actually launched. Like you could add to cart, like 5 minutes before the actual official time when it
yeah.
was there was like a Newegg actually had like kind of a false start on the Ventus cards were actually listed a little bit earlier. And I actually had one in cart and I was like, I'm gonna buy it. And I was like, you know what, I don't like the Ventus, I'm gonna like wait for like the tough because the tough looks good. Sure enough, like the site just goes and just dies, and I'm like, oh man, I
Oh,
should have
shit.
paid for the Ventus. I should have bought the Ventus.
Yeah.
You know.
I was like in between a Strix and a Tough,
Mm,
and I did get a Tough in December 2020,
mm,
and I think I paid like 1,200 ship tax
yeah.
and everything. So
Yeah, which right now it's actually on sale from $13.99 to $12.99.
yeah, but it's not in stock.
No, it's not in stock. None of it's in stock. But that's actually not terrible, I would say. Like, yeah, it's 300 more than what they were, because I think they were around 1,000-ish.
Yeah.
And I know with my EVGA one that I got, it was actually all in. I think it was like around like $1,000 even.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So it was a pretty smoking deal. And I think early in the launch, basically EVGA was like, and of course with EVGA I made the mistake of like, only doing notify on like a few different cards and not all of them right off the bat.
Yeah.
Right? You know, it's like, I don't like the FDW. It's like a little bit too expensive. I'll do the black. And it's like they didn't ship like more than 5 black cards. It was like basically like this dead skew that was just there because they had to have one at like a certain price point probably, and that was it. Yeah, it was such a mess. But yeah, hopefully with these new cards releasing, I'm actually looking forward to it as far as like their ability to you know, just gonna put up some cat gifs, gifs. Is it gifs or gifs? I never know.
GIF.
GIF? Yeah, you're a GIF man, not a GIF
Yeah.
man. I gotcha.
Even
GIF?
though even though I'm French,
Yeah.
and GI in France is G,
Okay.
G, I say GIF.
I always say GIF. I don't know why. I'm not like hardcore GIF. I'm like I'm flexible. I'll say whatever people want me to say. But in that regard. But like GIF. Yeah. No, I think with especially like these new cards coming out, I'm excited to see sort of on your Discord and also Ado's Discord, just sort of like, um, you know, helping people out with like grabbing them. I'm probably not gonna be looking to get them. To be honest, I've already got like my long term goal is to have a 3090 for myself and for my wife, and we're gonna sort of game with those until like probably like two more gens at least. Because they got like 24 gigs of like RAM, and like I'm only gaming at like 1440, and maybe I'll go ultra wide, and I think 3090 will be just fine for ultra wide for the next couple years.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And her the same. So it's like I don't think it's gonna be, and that's sort of like what I was thinking, like long term wise. Like if somebody like gets a GPU and they want to mine with it to bring the price down a little bit, if it suits your needs as far as like gaming is concerned, and workloads that you are doing, whether it's you're doing like design work or whatever stuff that uses the CUDA cores, or your AMD whatever cores those are, you know it's if it's a card that's working for you, and there's no real need to get the next gen. So it's like if you've got the card now and you're planning to have it for the next couple years or so, you might as well mine with it now for a little bit. Don't push it to the max, obviously. Just be conservative with what you're doing with it, and you can sort of get a little bit of money on the side. And if you want, you can even like do some trading with it, and get a little bit extra, or you can just hold and wait for certain cryptos to go up if they do, and you can sort of make some of that money back. And I think that's sort of your goal with your 3080 Ti. I think you're planning on holding on to that for a little while. Or are you gonna probably mine with it a bit, maybe sell it, and maybe grab some next gen? Or
I won't sell it. I don't sell my cards.
Yeah.
Girlfriend's computer is running on 1080.
Oh, okay.
Right now. Like I don't sell for the fun of like selling. I still have like my.
Oh no, I hate selling. I hate selling cards, and I hate selling anything.
I got like super old like ATI cards in the basement, AGP one or man. PCI Express one, something like that.
Wow.
I still have my old i7 930.
Wow.
With the RAM and everything. Like you can always reuse. Like if I want to do like a small like little server, whatever, I can just pop like back the heatsink on the board, and I could do like a mining rig with that even.
Oh yeah.
So it's never worth, like if you have like a single card. Like I went from my computer was my Ryzen 7 1700 with the 1080. So that setup is the girlfriend as it. So when I upgraded with my 3080, then I traded my 3080 plus $200 for the 3080 Ti, which remind you that it costs, like the 3080 Ti basically cost me like $1,400.
Yeah.
So that's like really cheap. So I could resell it like on profit, I guess. I would be like, oh, do you want a 3080 Ti for $1,500? And anyone would be like, okay. so it's not worth like reselling.
Yeah.
Because when I'm buying a computer, I always go for not the best, but pretty close, so I can stretch out my computers maybe 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Well, CPUs, it's a lot easier to sort of stretch those out longer, and then GPUs, you kind of want to maybe replace those a little bit earlier. But this is like the first time I've ever had like a a high tier card. Like before this, it was always like 60 series. Like I went from like a 960 to a 1060 to a 2060, and then to a 3080 and then a 3090.
That's nice. I posted in Discord some really interesting prices.
Mm. Okay.
Last Monday, I was talking with people on Discord, and I told them, I think it was Monday night. I told them, and I think I talked about that last night. I was saying, in like a week or two, the prices will drop, and I saw news today like some 3080 price got slashed like 35% overnight. So
yeah, you got your 3080 Ti's. Yeah, this is the is this the original price here, and then
that's the original
new price here,
and March 1st, and then it was like
and this is like just recently.
Yeah, it was $2,600 March 1st.
$900.
And
almost,
like
$850.
Yeah, wow. 3 days ago, lowest price I have in my database. It's like like 1750s.
Yep. They're selling, or they're trying to clear it for next gen, or they're noticing that people aren't really buying anymore.
No, not these fucking cards. They're still in stock at Best Buy.
Yeah, no, it's true. I've noticed like the 3080 Ti's, they sort of hang around for a while.
Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty. I think that's gonna be it for tonight. I don't think we got any more pending questions in the chat, but anybody who wants to know more about mining or finding GPUs and stuff, feel free to hop onto Lith's server. His the link to an invite to his Discord is in the description. Like, share, and comment, subscribe, all those crazy social media thingies. And make sure to check it out. The new cards are coming, and Lith is a wealth of knowledge that he shares as well on his Discord.
I try.
He does. You do pretty good, and he's not just some filthy casual when it comes to information. So you can you can actually get some really good info from him. Like I'm actually really thankful that you decided to drop that info on 3090 Ti pricing that is not really common knowledge. It's probably going to stay not common knowledge because I got probably like 4 or 5 people watching this, but hey, I appreciate it. It's nice, and it's good not just talking to myself for a stream for once. So
always a pleasure.
I appreciate it. All right, and I believe we shall stop with that. Have a good night.
Good night. Good night, everyone.